Chapter 30, Wang Hao. Do I need to be even more unreasonable? To leave the chore house, Wang Lin was ready to go all out. He really wanted to see what the limits of the elders were. Privately, among the honorary disciples, besides the two words trash and shameless, he gained another title, the Black-Hearted King. Compared to disciple Liu's nickname, Weasel, it was on a whole different level. After Wang Lin had practiced for a year in the dream space, the spiritual energy in his body had increased many folds. He had reached the limit of the first layer. No matter how much he cultivated, his spiritual energy no longer increased. Thus, one night, he started to try the chant to enter the second layer. After failing so many times, his hard work wasn't a waste as he finally broke into the second layer. The pores on his body were oozing black grease. After washing himself, Wang Lin looked at himself and saw that his eyes were like lightning. He looked very different from before. He rubbed his chin and thought, there is only the chant for the third layer left. If I go back to Sun Daju to ask for the chants for the later layers and he finds out I reached the second layer, he will definitely question me about how it happened. If I can't properly explain it, then it will bring me a lot of trouble. After thinking for a while, Wang Lin still couldn't think of a good idea. He couldn't help but frown. With a sigh, Wang Lin began to practice the attraction force technique. After this year's time of practice, Wang Lin could now succeed 10 out of 10 times. Since he reached his current degree, he decided to try it on something harder. He found a large rock in the chore house and began to practice. Another month had passed. What Wang Lin had done at the chore house caused all the honorary disciples to complain nonstop. It was winter time, and the sect started to prepare for the yearly inner disciple competition. This year was the Hengyue sect's honorary disciple competition that happens every 10 years. If one ranked in the top 3, they would become an inner disciple. All the honorary disciples were polishing their fighting skills and secretly plotting. Therefore, things related to the chore house were delayed, as everyone was too busy. Wang Lin was very disappointed that he was still in charge of the chore house. As for the inner disciple competition, he didn't plan to participate. If he had the time, why not spend it cultivating in the dream space instead? Today, it started to snow on the Hengyue mountain. From a distance, it seemed like a land of snow. Wang Lin wasn't cultivating, but stood quietly in the yard. The attraction force technique activated as if there was a giant hand moving around, pushing away all the snow so none would land on him. Looking toward where his home was, he remembered that his parents would have the stove burning to keep the house warm around this time of year. He would sit next to the stove reading. Dad would be on the side carving, and Mom would be storing pickled vegetables. Sometimes he'd be tired from reading and sit next to his dad, watching him carve. When he was in high spirits, he would go and help his dad. There was a lot of joy between them. Wang Lin remembered that under his bed were some wooden tops. He would sometimes take them out and play with them on the ice with the neighborhood kids. Thinking about all this, Wang Lin took a deep breath. A cultivator needs to sever all mortal ties, and all of these were thoughts that would disrupt cultivation. Wang Lin closed his eyes. When he opened them again, his mind was clear. He couldn't sever all his mortal connections, so he hid them deep in his heart. While he was reminiscing, his expressions suddenly changed. He was now in the second layer of qi condensation and had wakened his ability of divine sense. All of this was described in the 3 layers of qi condensation book. With a scan of his divine sense, he noticed that Wang Hao was coming in his direction. A moment later, the door opened. Wang Hao walked in, wearing a leather cap and leather coat. He looked at Wang Lin, surprised, and said, "Brother Taizhu, aren't you cold, wearing this little and still standing outside?" Wang Lin chuckled, "I calculated that you would come and see me, so I came out to welcome you, you little rascal." He didn't feel cold at all. After reaching the second layer of qi condensation, he noticed that his body was a lot stronger than before. Wang Hao chuckled. He walked in and carefully looked at Wang Lin and said, "Brother Taizhu, how come I feel you're a bit different from a few months ago?" Wang Lin said, "That's natural. I have reached the second layer of qi condensation and can be considered an immortal." Wang Hao's mouth twitched. He went into the room and said, "Don't boast. Our talents are at about the same level. I have received help from immortal pills and still haven't reached the first layer. But for you to reach the second layer? Impossible. Wang Lin didn't try to clarify. Sometimes, when he told the truth, people wouldn't even believe him, and if he lied, then he might end up causing others to be suspicious. In the end, his relationship with Wang Hao wasn't deep. Better to be on guard. To trust someone at first sight was not something that Wang Lin was capable of. Wang Hao, how come you have time to visit me today? Is the pill house not busy? Wang Lin returned to the room and poured Wang Hao a cup of hot water. Wang Hao took the hot water and blew it a few times before taking a sip. He smiled. You haven't gone to the pill house to pick up your things in the past few months. I've been saving your portion and came to deliver it to you today. As he was talking, he took out a small package and put it on the table. Wang Lin revealed a faint smile. He didn't even look at the package, but looked at Wang Hao. He didn't believe Wang Hao only came to deliver a package. Wang Hao was embarrassed after being stared at and said, Taizhu, I heard you've been doing pretty well at the chore house these past few months. Wang Lin poured himself some water. He took a sip and said, Wang Hao, just say what you need to say. If I can help, I definitely will. Wang Hao's expression was awkward. He moved closer and mysteriously said, Brother Taizhu, I always knew you were a smart person. Speaking honestly, I know you have a lot of the talisman the honorary disciples used to visit home. Can you lend me some?